But I have now lived in Rose Park and in the zip code 84116 longer than I've ever lived anywhere else. So that makes this home. In 21, I ran for office and I won. So I am the Salt Lake City Council representative for the Rose Park area. And I had been consulting, doing nonprofit work when I met Randall. And at every turn, the door opened and it just became apparent that this was the time for me to step in and to pay back to the community that built me. Since being in Rose Park, I've watched people make miracles happen during COVID. I watched them suffer from double and triple COVID rates and take care of each other. I want to be here right now because I think I have a unique opportunity to tell the story that I know to be true about us. We are the engine that keeps the city, the county, the state, and the country running. We're not asking for handouts. We are earning everything. So my vision is whatever your American dream is, I'm going to help you build it. If that means that you're starting a restaurant from scratch, we are going to help you. If that means you are the first person in your family to go to college, we're going to help you. If that means that you're a 20-year veteran looking to change it up, we're going to help you. Whatever your American dream is, that's what we're going to do. I stand here because people much braver and smarter than me made the sacrifice for me to have this. It's my right repayment to them that I make sure that the people who are doing it now have the same future. We're going to make our value so irresistible to the state that instead of saying, oh, he appointed one of us, he's going to be saying, how can I not appoint them? They are the most powerful, productive, engaged people who change the world for the better. Todos son invitados a participar con nosotros. Queremos trabajar con usted y por ustedes. Por favor, vengan todos. Hay algo aquí para ti.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the fourth season of our Hablemos program of the Utah Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We have a very special guest with us today, the new executive director of this nonprofit organization, Victoria Petro. How are you? Welcome.
I'm so excited to be here with you.
Thank you for your time. We know that you've been so busy. This has been your first, how long have you been in this role already?
Just about a month.
A month.
Yeah.
So it's been almost nothing, but I feel like, and I know that everyone is so familiar with just you being a busy bee and being everywhere and trying to connect with everyone in the time that you've had. How are you feeling?
I feel like we say at City Hall, like we're drinking from a fire hose. like there's so much to learn, so many people to meet.
Yeah.
But it's really wonderful.
That's so wonderful. And I know that everyone has, you've been announced, and I'm so excited to just ask you about your story.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to enter into this role.
Yeah. So how far back am I going?
Yeah, anything that you feel comfortable with. You have 10 minutes. Yeah.
So I'm originally from New York. My grandmother came here from Panama. Her husband was from Cuba. The other part of me is Italian, which means food is always great with me. Fighting always sucks with me. And so my dad was a DoD civilian with the Army. We grew up in Germany and Italy. Wow. I've done everything between Boston and Miami on the East Coast, but I have now lived in Rose Park and in the zip code 84116 longer than I've ever lived anywhere else. So that makes this home. So I come from a nonprofit background. I started off in music. I used to run an organization called Salty Cricket. We built community through music, and we had a really lovely experience serving primarily the Latino community. And then in 21, I ran for office and I won. So I am the Salt Lake City Council representative for the Rose Park area. And I had been consulting, doing nonprofit work when I met Randall. And
who is Randall for those of...
Randall is one of our board members, our previous board chair, and he's just a general man who gets things done. So Ross Romero, who is now a county councilman, had introduced me, and it was kind of coming out of COVID time, and Randall was like, we need some help. And I was like, well, I can offer you some free strategic planning services. So about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago, I worked with the board then, and I really dug deep into the organization, and we created a strategic plan, something that would help coming out of COVID, because nothing is easy for anyone coming out of COVID. And as the plan has been going on, I've been checking in with Randall, and we've been keeping tabs on each other. And Randall said, I think we're on the precipice. We're about to have a change in leadership. And I was talking to him a little bit about the things I was doing, and I said, well, I'm actually ready to switch out of consulting, and I'm looking for a home. And we just kind of kept walking down the path. And we said, if the doors keep opening, then we're going to keep working together. And at every turn, the door opened, and it just became apparent that this was the time for me to step in and to pay back to the community that built me.
That's so beautiful. And what I think that people will really appreciate about you is the fact that you come from a very multicultural background and you just have this willingness to serve the community. You're doing that in the city council, you said, right? Yeah. For Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And now you're here and this door opened and everyone is so excited. Tell us a little bit about the vision that you have. So the doors opened and here you are and you're a month in. Yeah. What is your vision for what you and the community can do together to lift the Hispanic community?
So I live in Rose Park, the only place in the state of Utah where you can create majority minority districts, meaning there's a lot of people from minoritized backgrounds there. I spent my entire childhood in the kitchen of the woman who came from Panama telling me, ese no se toca, and teaching me to make the best foods. I was shaped by this culture. And so I know the power of it. Since being in Rose Park, I've watched people make miracles happen. During COVID, I watched them suffer from double and triple COVID rates and take care of each other. I want to be here right now because I think I have a unique opportunity to tell the story that I know to be true about us. We are the engine that keeps the city, the county, the state, and the country running. We're not asking for handouts. We are earning everything. And I think as an English-speaking, white-passing Latina, I can repay my grandma for what she gave me, and I can show respect to the community in which I live and everyone I meet by using my platform and my unique position to make sure that what we do is made known. The other thing I want to do is make sure for that young person who says, you know what, I don't really want to open my own business. What I want is to get to the C-suite at a major corporation. I want to create a pathway. I want to create mentorship opportunities. I want to encourage that person. When I broke into some of my positions, I remember feeling silly going, if I'm the only one asking the question, maybe I just don't know something. And then the first time I asked the question, I realized, no one's asking it because no one has been there with my vantage point before. We need our young people to take on corporate America. So my vision is whatever your American dream is, I'm going to help you build it. If that means that you're starting a restaurant from scratch, we are going to help you. If that means you are the first person in your family to go to college, we're going to help you. If that means that you're a 20-year veteran looking to change it up, we're going to help you. Whatever your American dream is, that's what we're going to do.
That's so beautiful. And I think that what I remember from one of the conversations early on that I've had with you is that you were talking about how large the Hispanic demographic is in Utah. And that's one of the main factors as to why making that known to everyone is going to be a big part in being able to execute on your vision.
We're nearly a fifth of the state's population. If 20% of your economy decides not to participate, you don't compensate for that. That is crippling. If 20% of your economy activates, as we know we do, and contributes, that is a tide that's going to cause all boats to rise. So it really is notable, and we need to take seriously in the community our role. Stop choking on breadcrumbs, expect to be at the table for the full meal. But then also we need to expect the community to embrace us and to go, yeah, thanks for being here. Here's how we're going to create something better together.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that you are so focused on helping every Hispanic that's out there. Anyone who has a dream, whether it's a business owner or someone who's dreaming of a business or someone who just wants to climb a corporate ladder, that's beautiful. And that's so exciting too. You have a lot of dreams in it. And I can tell that you have that passion to make it happen. That's wonderful.
Thank you. I stand here because people much braver and smarter than me made the sacrifice for me to have this. It's my right repayment to them that I make sure that the people who are doing it now have the same future.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. And I think that connects with a lot of people nowadays. That, you know, we have all of these people that went before us and they sacrificed. And so it's our opportunity to make the most of it and to do things that are going to break patterns and open up doors. And like you said, that American dream. Yeah. That's beautiful. Thank you. Tell me a little bit about, or just tell us a little bit about what are your maybe key areas of focus for or what are the main values that the Hispanic Chamber has to offer every member, and how you hope that can maybe pivot or make that realization or coming true of the American dream actually happen? Yeah,
so in terms of serving our members, they can count on 3 things that we're going to do. We're going to offer opportunities for networking and developing your network. We're going to offer education and to develop yourself professionally. And then we're also going to offer you advocacy, which is something that we have not done before, but really a chance to develop a collective voice and to correct the stories that are being told about us that are not rooted in truth, that are rooted in fear or things that are causing it to be more difficult for us to build our American dream. The main value is if you are here and you have an American dream and you are trying to be a part of this economy, you are invited. It doesn't matter if you wear a suit and a tie every day to work and drive a Lexus, or if you're still in the pickup truck that doesn't start all the time, you know, heading into someplace.
That's a lot of us, right?
I am driving a 2013 Ford Explorer. Yes. But whatever it is, like, we are a community first. And so that is the main value, right? Whatever you are, whatever you are doing, we are going to create, we are going to have abundance mindset. We are not going to live with the scarcity fear. We are going to abundantly apply what we know to be true about our community, which is that we support one another, we create, and that we are passionate about accomplishing whatever the goal is. And in this case, it's primarily economic success. But, you know, even last night, Pablo was challenging me going, what about mental health? Okay, we'll make space for that too, right? Yeah. So we're going to keep growing as you grow. We're going to keep growing as the challenges grow. We're going to keep moving so that we know that American dreams change. We're going to be responsive to that.
Thank you. So there's a lot of emphasis on connection, yes, on making sure that we're understood, and that really just that the chamber can provide resources for everyone that has a goal. That's wonderful, because I feel like that applies to all of us.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we want to prepare people to be on boards and commissions. You know, at this moment on our board, we have Jennifer Terrazon. She is the governor's only woman of color to be appointed to anything. That's a huge deal. She's done an amazing job. She shouldn't be alone, though. So we're going to prepare other people to make sure we're going to make our value so irresistible to this state that instead of saying, oh, he appointed one of us, he's going to be saying, how can I not appoint them? They are the most powerful, productive, engaged people who change the world for the better.
Thank you so much. And I love that you've been able to share your story with us and to share your vision with us. And it's just so exciting and I don't know if you guys are feeling this through the video, but I mean, if you're here in person and if you're watching this at home, this is definitely real. We have a wonderful leader here at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce that just truly cares. Any last words for people that are watching this, again, first episode of the fourth season of Hablemos?
Yeah. Okay, me voy a hablar poquito en español. Todos son invitados a participar con nosotros. Queremos trabajar con usted y por ustedes. Por favor, vengan todos. Hay algo aquí para ti. Llámame, mándame un email, no importa. Estamos en Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, pero vengan ustedes.
Muchísimas gracias por tu tiempo y le deseamos mucho éxito en este nuevo capítulo. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everyone for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at the next episode of Hablemos. Take care, everybody.